SBR Forum's Punters is brought to you by Bookmaker.
We are previewing Week 4 in the NFL here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're talking right now with returning guest John Rothschild. His website is safestwagering.net, and he's written a book called Rothschild's Guide to Football Handicapping. John, thanks for being here once again.
Hey, Peter. Today we're doing the Dolphins at the Cardinals. You're going to use two tools from my book that I recommend for profitable handicapping. One is specialization, which is really necessary. On any weekend, you might have 100 games to watch. You can't remember all the players and what's happened. So what I like to do is turn people into an expert for a particular game or a conference. And the other thing I want to look at are misleading stats. They're great for baseball. For football, things are a little different. You can have a quarterback with inflated numbers because he was trying to catch up at the end of the game. Anyway, on the Cardinals side, I rewatched the Cardinals game because I wanted to see if their defense was as good as it looked. It is. They are really an elite defense this year. They're going to lose Beanie Wells this week. Their backup, Ryan Williams, is okay. He does turn the ball over a lot. They're getting Adrian Wilson back at safety, which will just make their defense even better this week. Last week, they had 5 sacks against the Eagles. Could have been more. It seemed like Michael Vick was getting knocked down almost every play. And their secondary is super. Patrick Peterson just makes everybody better. As far as negatives, I don't really know how many offensive weapons they have after Larry Fitzgerald, and of course Beanie Wells is down. And Kevin Cobb looks okay. His line is doing a good job protecting him. Most of his passes have been pretty short. For the Dolphins, Ryan Tannehill's playing better. I was actually surprised he was taken so high in the draft. He certainly didn't grade out that way. The draft guys thought he had great potential. He looks pretty good. And they also played better than the Jets last week. They just happened to have 2 bad field goals and lost the game. Negatives for the Dolphins, Reggie Bush is not 100%. There is a slim chance he may not play. And to be charitable, their receivers are generic and pretty weak. Here's what I see. I think the Cardinals are going to be pretty limited on offense with Beanie Wells hurt. To me, Miami's offense, at least, is in a rebuilding year. Otherwise, they'd probably be playing Matt Moore, who doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but doesn't have that strong an arm. A misleading stat, maybe Kevin Cobb's quarterback rating. He's 3rd in the league this year, but he really hasn't passed for that many yards. On offense, I don't think they're going to be that good. They went against a bad Patriots defense, and the Eagles just had a bad game plan and couldn't guard Larry Fitzgerald. On Miami's side, their D, I think, is going to be pretty good. Last year in the middle of the season, they were the best-ranked defense in the league. Also, they have a pretty bad kicking game. And if you want to know my opinion for today's game or Sunday's game, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of scoring. I don't know how anybody's going to get up and down the field. Anything can happen. I like the under.
Really? Yeah, it's a low total, though, 39. I mean, the Dolphins are what do you think about the side? I mean, I feel like if you like the under, then maybe you like the Dolphins here because the Dolphins kind of keep things close. They run the ball pretty well. They defend the run pretty well. They're just pretty good in the trenches in general. You like the Dolphins maybe +6 or +7, buying up to 7?
Peter, that's not my pick.
Right.
But I think it's a pretty cerebral call because everybody's going to be on the Cardinals just because they have short memories and they remember what they saw last week, not what's happened prior to that.
Right, and the Cardinals aren't exactly a blowout team. All right, great. Thanks so much, John. We'll talk to you again next week.